This is how you unlock wealth. This right here. After being involved in about 15 different transactions and having bought 4 small cash flowing businesses myself at this point, this is exactly what I would do differently if I had to start all over again. So I think when you first start off doing absolutely anything, it's always this, what do they call it? Like an ignorant optimism or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I'll put it here somewhere when I find the right word, but it's basically thinking that you can do it all with something that you don't know much about right now. We all think we can go, especially as entrepreneurs, we all think we can go out there and just conquer the world and nobody's going to get in our way. And we need that attitude, absolutely. But there needs to be a certain level of humbleness and humility that we have. And the first one I want to talk about is proximity. What do I mean by that? I mean, get in the right rooms. When I first started off, there were so many things that took me 6 months to learn. Then I start linking up with the right people and they're like,
oh yeah, you can just and do that, or call this person and they'll handle it for you.
And I'm like, I've been bumping my head against the wall trying to figure out the solution to this thing, and this is all I had to do was get in the right rooms with the right proximity, the right people. There's a book called Who Not How, and the whole premise of that book is every time you think you have a problem that you need to go out there and fix, you should actually stop for a second and ask yourself, is there a person, is there someone that I can reach out to that has the expertise, that has the knowledge already, and I can just ask them for help on the thing that I need or the answer that I'm looking for? Who, not how, is everything when we're talking about getting in the right rooms. That's how you become successful. That's how you really escalate and elevate yourself up. So proximity is at the forefront of everything that I'm always thinking about. There's a saying that says you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. If I want to become a multi-millionaire, am I gonna do that by hanging around people that are making $40,000 a year? And there's no disrespect to anybody, but the law of averages is what I'm trying to emphasize. If you are around multimillionaires, you will eventually become that other multimillionaire. It's just the mindsets that are different. When I started getting around the right people in the right rooms, my mind started linking up and thinking differently as well. I'm moving at higher frequencies now because of the people that I've put in my proximity and the levels that they're thinking at. I think the question everybody is always going to ask is, how do you get around these people? How do I get around the millionaires and the multimillionaires and so on and so forth? I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it and how I continue to do it. I add value first. You know, there was an event that I was speaking at and I had this guy come up to me and he's like, why is everybody, dressed up? What's the event? All of this stuff. I said, this is a professional business event. I think there was some real estate stuff involved as well. He's like, man, how do I take advantage of this? And then he was a young cat. I said, listen, if you're really serious about changing your life today, go around this room and every single person you go up to, ask them, how can I add value to you? That key question right there is everything. I'm literally giving you the answer, guys. If you want to get around the right proximity, ask that question. I'm giving you the script right here, right now. Ask that question. How can I add value to what you're doing? How can I add value to you? It'll change your whole life, because now they're going to be like, man, this guy's just wanting to add value to me. And that's how I got in the game. When I was barely starting off in my real estate career, I was throwing deals to other people so they could let me go on a ride along with them and watch them, how they were negotiating and how they would analyze and a rehab and what the numbers would look like. All of that was happening and they were getting half of the profit that was on the table. But I was more than glad to give them that money because I was getting the knowledge in return. And they were more than glad to get their money because They didn't have to work for the deal, and it was just basically just a layup, and it was just an easy bag to get for them, right? These are the things that you can do to add value to somebody else. What you don't want to do is go up to somebody and say,
"Can I pick your brain? Can I this? How do I that?"
You're just asking. Now they have this perception of you like, this guy's just trying to take, get out of here. You're not going to get in the right proximity that way. So really remember, like, this is how you unlock wealth. This right here. Hey guys, really quickly, if you made it this far, I can tell you're pretty interested in buying your first cash flowing business. I'm gonna leave my contact information in the description below. Reach out to me. We can have more of a one-on-one conversation about getting you set up, buying your first cash flowing business for $0 down. I've done 4 of them already. I have a couple of more in the pipeline as we speak, and I'm just gonna continue to build, guys. This is our time. Let's go out there and create generational wealth. Back to the video. The second thing that I would do if I was starting this whole business buying process over again, I would get qualified with the SBA way before I started going out there and trying to look for a deal that I was going to buy first. I did it the opposite way in the beginning. I kind of just said, you know what, I'll deal with that when I get there. And I just went out there and I started looking for deals, and I ended up looking at deals that I wasn't necessarily qualified to buy at that point in time. It's almost like with a house. What do they tell you? Before you go shop for that house, maybe it's a good idea to get with your banker. Now you can go shop based on that number, a realistic number, versus having to go and look at $2 million homes when you're never even going to qualify for that $2 million home right now. You're just getting more sidetracked from your ultimate goal, which is to make cash flow, to get wires in your bank account every single month. That's what we're trying to do, increase our wealth. We don't want to do counterproductive activities. And this right here probably could have saved me some time in looking at deals and analyzing deals and going down the rabbit hole of a deal analysis on deals that I wasn't even qualified for. At that point, you're wasting the business owner's time too, in my opinion. The third thing that I would do if I were to go buy a business all over again is to expect the unexpected. There's that naivety in the beginning and we just think we have the plan, but I'm telling you right now, just when you think you have everything in order, some unexpected change is going to happen. And I think the way you respond to these things is going to dictate how fast you reach success. You can't respond to an unexpected, unfavorable thing with so much negativity that it slows you down, that you just put it on the back burner for another week, or you get so discouraged that maybe you just halt the process altogether. You cannot do that. You cannot let that affect you in that way. You have to literally walk into the deal knowing that it's a gauntlet. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get some questions and some challenges and some hurdles that you're going to have to go through, but it's okay, because if you go into it knowing that there's unexpected things that are going to happen, then we can move forward, and every time something happens, we're like, okay, it's part of the process, and it doesn't just tear our whole world apart and we fall apart too. That is counterproductive. So it's more of the mindset and the philosophy, and that really helps in speeding up the process and getting across the finish line. You have your success in your hands, and if you respond to unexpected things with a loss of encouragement, you're only slowing yourself down. So like DJ Khaled says, congratulations, you played yourself. I got news for you guys. There's always gonna be some more bad news down the road. I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy to you, but that is life. You will have ups, you will have downs, but you just have to stay real cool right in the middle and continue pushing forward. They say success is really about how you can go from one failure to another without any loss of enthusiasm and encouragement. That is the key right there, guys. So expect the unexpected, because I'm telling you right now, it's coming, and you just treat it as part of the process. Leave all your emotions out of. So those are 3 things right there, guys, that I would do if I were starting all the way back at day 1 on wanting to buy my first cash flowing business. Those are the things that I would focus on that I know now would get guarantee my success in achieving my goals and my dreams. Remember, guys, your network is your net worth. Proximity is power. You change your proximity, you change your life.